Hey, so we just got the LX7, the newest Roland, in stock, and they just got it set up, and I asked Dean to just take a first look at it. He didn't go to NAMM this year, so this is his first time seeing this new piano, and he's going to kind of talk us through what he does when he sits down at a new piano for the first time.
Oh, okay, well, so what I'm doing when I first sit down to a piano is I'm looking to see what they've done in technology and to understand what the piano will do for me as somebody performing or playing on the instrument. So we take, like the first things you do with it is you go down into your low ends, which are fairly simple for a manufacturer, right, to be able to produce these long sustaining notes nowadays. Another thing you do on a piano sound, right, is we come to the higher ends up here. Now that's still sustaining, so that's an incredibly long sustain on that because I didn't drive it very hard. So that's longer than normal, right, for most digital pianos. Come up to this end up here, I want to hear the ring of the note and the hammer hitting the string, and I want to hear the natural decay, but I also want to hear things like the plate, the sound that the actual plate of a piano makes, right, which causes that overtone ringing sound. And the next thing you want to do is you want to just take and just play some muddy chords, as I call them, right? Basically on a piano, what happens is in the mid-range here, you can play, and you can throw in polychords, power chords, lots of notes, right, at the same time, right? And it sounds nice. If we do that lower in the register, what happens is it turns to mud, right? And it should turn to mud. Because down here, it's actually still fairly clear. Most digital pianos in this area, I'm not getting good clean tones if I'm doing a lot of notes on top of themselves. I'm still getting nice clean sounds, it's not all gone to garble. That usually only happens on very expensive grands. Do that on an upright.
Acoustic grands.
Yeah, acoustic grands, yeah. Do that on an upright and quite frankly, or vertical, it decides even, right, and it turns pretty much to mush. And that's still sustaining. So that's very good. Same thing when I go to the higher registers. If I start doing, polychords, right? So you get those harmonics happening. That's a C13, right? But it carries it, right? And that's not a sound that people like. That's a lot of people don't like jazz, right? And that's because they use a lot of those structures. Sound, just like a piano. That end of it. And then I want to check out the damper pedals. I want to see if the damper pedals are just lowering the sound, softening it, or did it actually get rid of the string. Because on a grand, right, what happens is the action slides sideways and you actually lose one of your unisons. Strings on that note instead of the three. Very, very well built. Check the Sausalito pedal, make sure it works as a Sausalito. That's where you need to hold your bass like that, and then up here it doesn't hold anything. And then the next thing we want to check is see what happens when we start to layer sounds. Our polyphony usually goes out the window. Since the new Roland LX7 has a 30,000 note polyphony, you will never ever run out of notes being played at one given point in time. And it's just a wonderful thing, a beautiful thing, and reasonably priced since it's a lifetime purchase. You buy a unit like this and you'll buy it only once. It's a great value.
Thanks.